So today's Project Soapway winner went on a journey to actually get this footage to us. And we had issues with the footage, and some of it's my fault. And I'm going to try to fix it as much as I possibly can because this Sudzer, this Project Soapway winner, absolutely deserves her day in the sun. And I will tell you more about this Project Soapway winner in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudzers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for the third and final winner of the Project Soapway Weird Fruits and Vegetables, Fresh, All of the Things in Soap challenge. And today's winner is Aromity Soaps. And Aromity Soaps is actually a very new soap company. So she actually started doing the soaps and everything in June of 2023. And she loved it so much after watching all the videos and doing all the things. And she decided to make a go of it and start a business. And so I'm very excited about that because obviously running a business, starting a business, doing all of that, it's a hard, hard job. And there's a lot that goes into it. And so I thought because the footage is a little wild that we could use this time while we are looking at her soaps, which again, the footage itself is going to be blurry, but we could use this time to also look at her website and talk about all the things that I love about her process, about her overall business structure, what she's doing with her site, and also the things that she told me of herself as a person and what I love about all of that. Spoiler, I love a lot of things. Short description for Kat is she's an incredible human and she's very open and willing to share her stories with other people in the hopes that it will help others that may be going through some of the same things, maybe on a journey that looks like hers. And so we're going to talk a little bit about her journey today while we watch her make this beautiful carrot soap that she incorporated carrots in I think 5 different ways. And we'll talk about her recipe as well and all the things during the footage and everything. So let's get to all of that and we can hopefully tick off all of those boxes. Okay, so as I said, yes, we had some problems with the footage because it is a little bit blurry, but that's okay. As I also said, I think, I don't know, Aromity Soaps re-recorded this a whole bunch. Lost her footage for the first time, tried it again a second time, and then the third time with a different camera, all the jazz. And also she lost a lot of her footage within this. And so we are getting essentially the prep within all of this, and we don't get the sculpted layer that is coming. But I did kind of want to show you just the overall process and whatnot before we focus on her recipe, because I was never going to ask her to film this again. You know what I mean? If I had known that she had lost her footage, well, I still wanted her to, get her day in the sun and everything, so we would have figured something out. But two, with blurry footage, it's okay. It's okay. This is the first time that she has ever recorded anything for a YouTube video or, ever recorded anything of her soap prep and all making and everything. And these things happen and we know it and we work around it because part of Project Soapway is obviously, stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things that you otherwise wouldn't do because maybe it's scary or maybe it's a lot or maybe just the thought of putting the camera equipment up and filming or, making yourself kind of vulnerable and submitting for a challenge and all the jazz can be hard. It's pushing outside of your comfort zones. And sometimes that comes with consequences. You know what I mean? And that's still something to be celebrated because you did the thing and it wasn't as scary at the end of all of it. And we learn from all of it. And we're going to learn from Aromany Soaps and their recipe and their journey and everything as well, because she is going to be incorporating this, all the carrots. She's making a carrot soap, by the way, in 5 different ways. And so she's going to have the recipe itself is 30% palm oil, 30% coconut oil, 30% olive oil, 5% hemp oil, 5% castor oil, and then she has 0.5% carrot seed oil. And she's also going to be putting carrot seeds in her base that you just saw go in there. So that's like the dirt portion of it. So it's also like Miss A's soap. Actually, let's just put a recipe up here and we can talk about it. And so the carrot seeds will go in the dirt, 33% lye concentration at 1.5 to 1, and the other 25% within that was the carrot puree. So there's another way it's mixed in. And the lye water was the water that she boiled the carrots in. So that's effectively a carrot hydrosol. And then she has 5% of a carrot fragrance oil. And you see here that she says she's never done anything other than add kaolin clay to soap. She's never done sculpted layers. She's never piped. She did all of that. And it does say that soap is 24 hours old for the lather test, which I also don't think I have, the lather test. But the picture overall, listen, listen. I have had more disastrous videos than all of this. So, whatever. It's fine. And I did what I could with this, and unfortunately, my skills are not super great. So we're gonna just focus on her overall and this recipe and everything that I love about it. I love putting hemp into it because it's really going to uh, boost all of the delicious and delightful benefits of the carrot, as far as being very, very healing, very, very calming. It can help out with brightening, all of the antioxidants, all of the beautiful vitamin, all of the jazz with that. So I love that. And I like boosting it with the castor oil to boost the bubble for sure. With 30% coconut oil, she should have a decent bubble regardless. But, that's all good. I always like extra bubble. And we did learn with the carrots soaps that I have done that they're delightful. They make a wonderful bubble on its own. And looks like this soap, as you can see here, will be part of Aromity Soaps A Day at the Barn series, which will include apple, leather, hay, and peppermint. And this is so cute. The peppermint is in there because it was her horse's favorite treat. Would lick her on her face like a dog, but only after he had peppermint. That's so adorable. I love everything about that. And so just doing that and like talking about and using who you are as a person and incorporating that into your business is such a fun and I think really valuable way to approach creating any sort of business, but certainly like, a soap making business and whatever, because you're sort of infusing parts of who you are into your artistry. And I think that really resonates a lot with people. And so I love that for her. Let's go on to what we have of the cut, or the pour rather, which is going to be her first base. Okay, so on to the pour of this. And as I said, this is going to be her base. This is going to be the dirt. And we're going to talk a little bit about Aromity Soaps and who they are, how they got into the soapy game. She actually does work full time for a tech company. And she has puppies, Trixie and Reagan, and a black cat named Kieran. So shout out to the black cat love. I love that for sure. And she lives with her bestest friends in the whole entire world. And in 2016, she had a lot of just kind of awful things kind of happen, right? She had a stressful job. One of her puppos passed, her horse passed, her mother passed, and then her brother was diagnosed with leukemia. And it's all a lot. And so she kind of broke as a result and got into making stuff and doing all the things sort of as a healing, method or whatever. And she continued giving bath bombs and whatnot as gifts. And then she decided that with everything here, after she kind of pulled herself out from the depression, that she was going to start her business. And she did so in June of 2023. So just about a year old at this point, and she went whole hog. And I do like it that she pointed out in her the letter that she sent to me that people do say soap for a year before you start the business, before you sell. I disagree completely. Also, there's Cat. Hi, Cat. Hi. You're beautiful. I love everything about the website itself. It's very simple. There's not a ton of products going on, so you're not overwhelming the shopper. And I love how she does take this back, and she's going with this memories through scent thing, which is a very smart thing because that is a whole thing too. And also here it says that her packages, actually, they're biodegradable for the wrappers. They have wildflower seeds embedded in the paper. Plant the paper for a patch of wildflowers. That's so cute. It's such a smart thing, being eco-conscious as possible. And she actually carries this throughout her entire line. Everything that she does, like the water is, reclaimed water, and everything gets used. There's a place for everything. It's very, very smart. I love it. For people who are looking to eliminate, unnecessary chemicals, or eliminate their eco footprint, or reduce their eco footprint overall on the planet, thinking about these sorts of things, very, very smart. So from the packaging to the actual, the water that's used in production is reclaimed and reused, all of it. Very, very smart. Now, I do wonder about that, if she is distilling her water after it is reclaimed. I'm going to assume rainwater or her hydrosols and whatnot. I do wonder if she is distilling it. Distilling water generally is not something that you have to do using distilled water within your soaps. I know that we say that. The reason that we do say that is because if your water has a lot of minerals in it, it can impact the overall production and performance of the bar. But to be perfectly honest with you, I know a ton of soap makers who don't use soap distilled water at all anymore, and there have been, zero impacts on what they do, and how their soaps perform. And since we did that sea moss soap challenge, and did do a lot within the minerals that got put into the lye solution, we found that there was no, bad that came from all of that. I think it's probably a good idea. Her lotion bar here is really great. I love this with the hemp seed oil, the grape seed oil, the bees, the mango, the shea, cocoa butter, arrowroot powder. Love it. 10 out of 10. I love so much about this company. I love that she has her Day in the Barn series. I think that's very cool. Calling back to what it is, what she is going for. And we see that she's sculpting within this piece here. We're unfortunately not going to see the part where she actually makes the sculpt, where she pours in the next batch of soap for this, but that is effectively what she does after that. She makes another batch of soap and pours it into the cavity that she's made, and to make the or the carrot. And so that's what we'll see with the end picture and all the jazz. But with all of this, I love that she did tons and tons of research, right? She did like 6 months of research, found a lot of people that she liked on the internet, ultimately decided on the soap and clay family as being one that she comes back to all the time, because we're always asking the question why, and seeing, how things work and why, and the chemistry and everything that goes into it, instead of just parroting something that we heard at some point, right? And so 10 out of 10, first up, just go and check out her website and give her all of the love and the thumbs up for that, because she did a great job. Now we're going to go to the finished product now, because as I said, there's no rest of the pour here, and we didn't get a cut because cameras are a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? And it's completely fine. So let's show the finished product as far as the picture submission for the challenge and why she won. Okay, so this was ultimately the soap that won, and it's gorgeous. So it's the first time doing sculpted layers, she knocked it out of the park. First time doing the piped top, she knocked it out of the park. She was very smart, and she separated her soap pour into multiple stages, so she wasn't having to work with the lye solute, well, the traced batters that were going to continue to thicken and harden as she was sculpting and doing all the jazz. Considering she made that sculpting tool out of some cardboard, first up, 10 out of 10. I love that. Always do that. It's great. It looks like a perfect carrot, you know? The color is absolutely gorgeous with all of it. She did great green with the top as well. 10 out of 10. It's wonderful. This is a soap that really makes me happy. Part of the brief was obviously I want it to look like the thing that you put into the soap, right? And so if I look at it, you just know. You're like, right, that's carrot. It's perfect. And so for the first time doing that and all of the jazz, I don't know how many times she's actually submitted for the challenge, but this is absolutely epic. This is stunning. And so I'm so proud of her for having done this, been so thoughtful in the way that she put everything together. I'm so proud of her perseverance through the challenge and the challenges that came with the filming and everything. And I'm just proud of her as a human being for experiencing all of these challenges within her life and her losses and her medical and everything, and continuing to find something that brings her joy that she can use as sort of the thing that grounds her and stabilizes her as she continues to, heal and do the things. And I love it. And I also love that she went full ham with all of it and started the business. Go big or go home. I love that all across the board. all of it. It's such an awesome story. She's definitely an inspirational person for all of this. And everybody, obviously, we're going to show her all the love everywhere and do all of the things. But for now, I have to go back to my face because that's how we end these videos. So congratulations. So first up, Kat, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I am always so, I don't know, just honored that people, the Sudzers, will share pieces of their life and who they are with me. It's always, it will never stop being cool to me. And so thank you very much for having done so. Thank you for being willing and having a desire really to share that story with more people, because that too, I believe, is a very important thing. We like to on the internet look at, usernames and all the things and just assume that they're not real people. Or when we have a website and we're a web-based business, we don't really see the person behind the business. And with your website specifically and your About Me, we get to see you, the maker, right there in the About Me section, and also within every product description and everything throughout your entire site. And so that's beautiful because it is important. It is the most important part of small business is the person and the human connection, the human behind the product. And that's what really separates us from, big companies. And so thank you for doing that. And everybody, obviously, go give Aromity Soaps all of the love. Go tell Kat what an amazing human she is. We can all go have a group hug in Discord because this one was a lot for me. For somebody who doesn't, I'm not familiar with Kat like on a very, very personal basis, She is a newer Sudzer in all the things. But for somebody to really share that sort of a journey with me, it was still a very emotional thing. It's very vulnerable. It's very brave to be so vulnerable. And I appreciate you for having done so. And yeah, you're a person that I would love to meet and love to hang out with and love to make my friend because I love that sort of courage in humans. And I really, really do honor that. So thank you. Again, Sudzers, go do all of your things. Go tell Aromity Soaps what an amazing job they did. Go congratulate them on the win. Go check out their socials. Follow them on their socials. Maybe go over to their website, buy some soap. All the things that we can do to support this Project Soapway winner. This is a very cool community, and I'm very, very glad that you found us. I'm honored that you are a part of all of this. And so are the Sudzers, the rest of them, all of them. All of the things I've said Sudzers 14,000 times within all of this. So hi, Sudzers. I'm out of here. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I am telling you about my weekend and what's been going on in a members only video that should be up at this point. And so you can catch up with me there. Also in the Discord, all the things. But I hope you guys continue to have a great weekend. And I will see you guys all again in a couple days for another round of Project Soapway, but new brief, new thing, but still fresh fruits and veg, soapy, fun. Bye.